All right. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first one, it seems like Tesla has an inventory issue, an unsold inventory issue, and someone has calculated and added all the different vehicles that Tesla might potentially have on the ground, have in stock, and that number is above almost 10,000 vehicles. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis, and let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get access to the best ultimate buying guide out there that has links to all the different credit unions and banks to get the best possible rate on a Tesla. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon members. We've got Joshi, Vincent, Melda, Kevin, Chris, Leanne, and of course another Dennis. Thank you for supporting. If you want to check it out, link down below in the description. But let us get into this. So thank you everybody for joining, for continuing supporting these past couple days, because we were on a travel setup and travel different mics, so it's a little bit different, I know. But shout out to Arena EV. They posted this vehicle. Tesla sits on at least 9,500 unsold vehicles. Of course, definitely a spicy headline. Quote, someone's please sound the alarm bells, because there is trouble in Tesla's house. The company is currently sitting on a new inventory vehicle of 9,671 vehicles across all their markets. That is by far the highest number of unsold vehicles Tesla has ever had to deal with, and it seems like price cuts are not doing the company any sort of favors. And of course, looking at this data, it's the same data that we essentially look at, but someone actually went ahead and added all the different ones. And of course, if you don't know what data that is, that's actually Matt Jung's inventory chart, mattjung.net. And the thing is, though, yes, there is a problem with certain Tesla vehicles, and it really is the Model S, the Model X, and of course, so this is the Model S right now. You got the Model X inventory also right here on the screen, pretty high elevated, and also the Model 3, and also a high elevated inventory count. But the only vehicle that is not having any sort of problem at all selling is, of course, the Model Y. You can see right here on the screen for the Tesla Model Y inventory, the inventory is getting very, very, very low. And taking a look at waitingfortesla.com, all the different vehicles that are aggregated and posted and shown here for all of the locations across the United States, there is only 96 Tesla Model Ys available for sale. You can see only 68 Model Y long ranges, 22 Model Y all-wheel drives, and 6 Model Y performances. And so I certainly feel like Tesla does have a problem with the Model 3 pricing. It just does not make any sort of sense, especially if you're shopping for a Model Y or Model 3 long range. It's kind of like the same price as a Model Y. So, I mean, does Tesla have an inventory problem? I would say so, but only for certain models at the end of the day. And so, of course, we found this on Reddit. So shout out to Shadowmeister87. Here's a couple comments. Unlimited demand and appreciating asset. Robotaxi that will earn you passive income, making it so you can retire now while your Tesla works for you. Boss woman / man. I don't even know why that's the top upvoted comment, but sure, I guess at the end of the day. Tried 95,000 unsold vehicles. The article writer doesn't realize that the trackers don't even show all the inventory, just exactly what Tesla decides to show. And that's true, because Tesla has a lot more vehicles than I've posted to the website. We know for a fact they only post one variation of one type of build to the website. So there's probably a lot of vehicles, Tesla vehicles, that are currently probably sitting unsold and just sitting on deal lots. Here's a quote. There's single lots in the US with 700 plus sitting around, where the Tesla site just shows 20 available. Another deal lot this week had nearly 200 filmed, and the site shows 4. So essentially, essentially we know Tesla adjusts inventory counts on websites and doesn't show the whole clear picture of how many vehicles could be actually available. But it's gonna be interesting because right now there's 740 brand new Model 3s available for sale on Tesla websites, and that's not even factoring in the brand new reintroduced Model 3 long range that just came out that you can get for a staggering like 47,240 as a starting price, but then the tax credit is 3750. So it's definitely very interesting that this vehicle is not being put onto inventory sites just yet, and you can kind of order one right now. And of course, we certainly thought this might be the new Highland potentially, but I don't think it looks like it, and a lot of people out there don't really feel like it is either. Of course, we put a poll out there on the channel just to see what's the temperature? What are you thinking? And so I asked the question, do you think the reintroduced Model 3 long range is the refresh Project Highland? And an overwhelming 57% said no way, 21% said maybe, and 14% at the lowest said yup, fingers crossed. But I mean, it does seem pretty interesting. I mean, a couple things we've noticed with the new Model 3 is that it has a new model code. Shout out to Matt Young for spotting that out. And on top of that, it of course has a June delivery date at the end of the day. But going back to the topic, certainly this is a spicy headline of Tesla sitting on at least 9,500 unsold vehicles, and to sound the alarms because Tesla inventory is at a pretty high level, and I guess it's just high relative to what they've used to before. I mean, if you take a look at Model X inventory, they're not used to this high level of count, and we look at Model S, kind of the same, I guess. I mean, they've certainly had vehicles in the high inventory counts before. Model Y, they're definitely not used to this low of inventory, but Model 3, they're certainly also not used to this high of inventory as well. So, I mean, I've always said the same thing. I've been saying it for at least a few weeks now. If you can wait, if you do not need a vehicle, I would say stall until June, because that's the end of the next quarter or end of the second quarter. And that's when we'll see any sort of promotions if Tesla decides to release them. Not exactly too sure if Tesla's going to release any sort of promotions on the Model Y, because the Model Y is selling at a pretty rapid pace, but who knows, right? They just increased it $250, but they didn't change that for any of the inventory vehicles. So you can still essentially get a lower $250 lower price on inventory vehicles and secure it that way. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. But we're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. And I got to get this call really quick. See this.